Coordinate geometry on the SAT is mostly two formulas used with good bookkeeping. Distance and midpoint are your bread and butter. If you see coordinates, you should hear Pythagoras in the background. The distance formula is just a right triangle in disguise. Write x with x and y with y. Mixing coordinates is the fastest way to get a plausible but wrong answer. The distance between 2 points equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Split it mentally. Run is delta x, rise is delta y, and the straight line is the hypotenuse. Distance is always non-negative, and it is 0 only when the 2 points coincide. Easy example. Find the distance from 1, 2 to 4, 6. Delta x is 3, and delta y is 4, so you get the square root of 9 plus 16, which is 5. 5 is the hypotenuse of a classic 3, 4, 5 triangle, so you can sanity check instantly. Midpoint. Average the x-coordinates, average the y-coordinates. For the same 2 points, x midpoint is 1 plus 4 over 2, which is 2.5. Y midpoint is 2 plus 6 over 2, which is 4. So the midpoint is 2.54. The midpoint always lies halfway along the segment, so it should look centered between the two given points. Medium style. You know, one endpoint and the midpoint, and you need the other endpoint. The midpoint is the average, so the missing point is the mirror across the midpoint. Double the midpoint and subtract the known endpoint coordinate by coordinate. This is faster than memorizing a new rule. It is just undoing an average. Track signs separately on x and y. One careless minus sign flips an entire coordinate. Harder style show that 4 ordered points form a rectangle, not just any quadrilateral. Check 2 things. Opposite sides are equal in length using the distance formula, and adjacent sides are perpendicular using slopes. Alternatively, confirm 4 right angles by showing the Pythagorean relationship on each triangle formed by the diagonals. But slopes are usually quicker on the SAT. Rectangles are stronger than parallelograms. You need right angles, not just parallel opposite sides. Common mistake. You compute delta x squared plus delta y squared, but you stop and forget the square root. The expression inside is like c squared in Pythagoras. Distance itself is c. If your distance equals 25, but 345 was involved, you probably forgot the square root. SAT tip, distance is the Pythagorean theorem on the coordinate plane. If you can sketch the right triangle, you rarely mislabel delta x and delta y. Grid paper in your head helps. Sketch the right triangle before you trust a computed distance. Recap. Distance uses a square root of a sum of squares. Midpoint averages coordinates. Missing endpoints come from doubling the midpoint and subtracting. For rectangles, combine distance and slope facts to prove sides and angles behave correctly. Practice more on NovaMaths.